More than 300 people attended the launch of the European Partnership for Action Against Cancer in Brussels. Its target, to reduce cancer levels by 15% between now and 2020.
Cancer is the second most common cause of death in Europe. We can do something about this, and we can do this best by working together.
And yet, everyone deserves to go through this devastating experience with dignity and without unnecessary pain.
Some cancers are more vigorous than others, and therefore more difficult to fight. But there is one thing they have in common: prevention.
And the pain is even greater.
José Carreras has first-hand experience of the suffering that patients go through. He's the founder of the José Carreras International Leukemia Foundation, and he wanted to share a positive message with everyone present at the launch of this partnership.
I am a survivor of an extremely aggressive leukemia in adults called acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
This is one of the best projects ever launched by the Commission, and is definitely strengthening the hope of the cancer patients across Europe.
It's the most important thing that has happened in the cancer field for the last 20 years, I can tell you. We've had various initiatives, but never a comprehensive approach. And I see this as an opportunity to bring this now to the national level and to really start saving lives by sharing the expertise and experience we have in Europe.
There are around 7 million cancer survivors in Europe. The documentary, A Life for Living, featured the testimonies of 5 of them. Whilst each of their accounts was moving, they were all full of hope.
I'm also a survivor. I think the human aspect has been really emphasised, and it's wonderful that so many have pledged their commitment, and I think it's really important that we take it forward and make good results.
This can happen to you, this can happen to me, this could happen to my children or my parents. And I think it is of extreme importance that we meet people who have been affected themselves, who have been sick themselves.
Because we are human beings, and we know that cancer, this is something tragic. And for a lot of people, this is just a statistic. For me, all this case, this is human face.
We are certainly proud to be one of 4 pillars of this European Partnership Against Cancer.
The conference emphasized the necessity of sharing information better and exchanging best practices to fight the disease.
Access to treatment is not uniform across Europe, and we can see this by the fact that survival varies very, very widely across Europe. The differences are gradually, very gradually and recently narrowing, getting smaller, but there are still wide inequalities in your chances of surviving cancer depending on which country you're living in and treated in.
I came to say it's a very important group of people who should be represented here. They are parents of children with cancer. Children do not have a writing votes, but somebody has to speak for them.
We've been very honored that you're here.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Cancer is one of those diseases that no one can fight it on its own. And no country is an island. So we have to work together in order to find this terrible disease. We have to join forces.
All the stakeholders in the cancer problem as a societal problem.
Parents' associations were well represented in the room. They were able to share their concerns with all the participants. Concerns about the fact that research is predominantly carried out at member state level and that there is a real lack of coordinated action at the European level. They reminded us that with every cancer that needs treating, there will also be a patient.
We have here the really portraits of all the cancer survivors and their stories and their messages. Don't forget that behind every diagnosis, there is a human being, there is suffering, there is pain.
Cancer is a huge problem across Europe. I had cancer 18 years ago, colon cancer, advanced, I nearly died. The European partnership is so important to us as patients. I'm president of the European Cancer Patient Coalition, and this is the most wonderful occasion.
It's up to you to make it success, and I hope you will. Thank you.
This is the first time that such a partnership has been formed on a European scale. By bringing together all the expertise that exists within the individual member states, it will clear the way for common action that will stand to help reduce cancer in Europe.